set.
Welcome to Silicon Valley Nonprofits, a service of KMVT Community Media. I'm Bev Lenahan, your host. Today our guests are Leslie Davis and Katie Gilbreth with VIA Services. Thank you both for coming today. Really nice to have you.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, you're welcome. So Leslie, as Executive Director, you've had to live the mission every day. So for our viewers who may not know VIA Services, tell us what it is and how you deliver your services and in what area.
Well, we've been in the Bay Area for 74 years now.
74?
Yes, and we serve children and adults with special needs and their families. So we serve over 4,000 families annually, helping them with independence and various skills depending on what level they're at.
Mm. And so that takes a lot of figuring out what level they're at, doesn't it? And then directing them to the appropriate programs and services that you have to fulfill those needs, for sure.
Correct.
And so maybe, Katie, you can start sharing with us a little bit. I know you have many programs. I've been aware of many of them.
That we do.
But share them with our viewers so that they know. How about the early ones, the little ones?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have three divisions, pardon me, of the organization. The first one's called First Step, and that's for those ages 0 to 14. And we have multiple services that we provide. So we do occupational therapy, we do speech therapy, and then we have early start assessments. So we bring in the kiddos to our corporate office. We have one in Santa Clara. We also have one in Santa Cruz. And they come and they meet with our wonderful therapists, and they, receive our services. And we work with various insurance organizations, and then we also work with regional centers.
So they have certain guidelines about program parameters and things like that, and where to best put the young people so that the program fits the needs.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And do the case managers then work with the occupational therapists and the speech therapists?
To my understanding, I believe the level of communication is open amongst everyone: the family members, therapists, and of course the case managers at regional centers.
So they come to everybody comes to a plan, basically.
Exactly.
I was trying to envision occupational therapy for a 1-year-old and what that would look like. But I guess they do have to learn certain skills, don't they? And particularly just how to make sure they're surviving with eating and knowing how to lie down to go to sleep and all the things that could get very complicated.
Exactly.
Right. Mm-hmm. So other programs that you have?
The other programs that we provide are camping services. So
fun.
Like Leslie mentioned, they are indeed fun. So we've been around since 1945, and we do year-round programs. So we do overnight stays in the fall, winter, and spring, and then in the summertime is really when all of the fun begins. So it's 2 months of just continuous sessions for families. Our youngest camper is 5, and
fun.
It's very fun. And then I think our oldest camper is well into their 80s. 86. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Now would that be a grandparent of a child with special needs, or would that be?
Yeah, typically.
No, it's an actual participant. They're living much longer.
Mm-hmm.
And so
goodness.
our longest participant has been coming for 47 years.
Oh my heavens. I think people would have no idea. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, I do know the camp, and you've got wonderful cabins and facilities for them, great gathering spots and all of that, and just the whole area is just great to be around in. It's very welcoming.
A really well-known, best-kept secret, really. We're in the foothills of Cupertino. It sits on gorgeous 13.5 acres, and we have overnight programs in the summer that vary in length. So we have 3, 5, and 7-day overnight programs.
My goodness.
Yeah, and then we also have the day program. So for those kiddos who are a little bit younger or even older who aren't ready for the overnight stay, we have a little way to kind of meet everyone in the middle.
Very good. And I know your respite program is really important too for those families who are just needing a little bit of a break.
Absolutely. It's there for additional support, and we do it in the fall, winter, and spring. We have weekend camps, and then in December is really the most fun and memorable experience for all of our kiddos.
Okay, that's what I really want you to tell our viewers about. Yes, Operation Snowflake. So do tell.
So it's a wonderful experience. We work with Cupertino Rotary amongst other various organizations who want to give back to the community, especially the special needs community. So we bring in, 20,000 pounds of snow?
Yeah, 15 tons of snow.
15 tons of snow.
30,000 pounds of snow.
Imagine that.
Yeah, and just completely transform camp into a winter wonderland. And we have various program activities spread out the entire campus. We have sledding and snowman building competitions, and we do cookie decorating and
I've done that.
wreath decorating. Yes, it's very fun, and just to see the faces of all of our kiddos, from as young as 5 until 22 years of age, just get to see snow for the first time perhaps, but just to feel special and feel that sense of community at Via West. For a lot of these kiddos, it is their second home away from home.
I'll bet. Yeah. I can see how much fun the caregivers have too. They really get into that weekend, and everybody kind of lets loose and really has a fun time. And now there's music and singing, and so there's lots of Christmas carols and things like that make it just a really grand old weekend.
Very special.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we also know that along with all the fun comes a lot of need for funding and volunteers. So, Leslie, I'm going to ask you, how best can people get involved and work with VIA services?
There's lots of ways to get involved. Obviously, the most fun way to get involved is to volunteer while we're in session. So we offer volunteer trainings twice a month so that people can come learn a little bit more about what we do before they dive into helping. And they could be helping us with activities, setting up, planning, cooking, just about anything. If they want to volunteer but don't want to kind of provide any sort of direct service, we have lots of work days. So we welcome corporations to get their groups together. And it's kind of like the Golden Gate Bridge. The camp's been there a long time, so we're always working on something.
You get done and you start right over again.
Exactly,
right?
Exactly. So we always have painting jobs, gardening, so forth. So we welcome groups, church groups, corporations for their corporate give back day to come help us. And of course, people can donate. We try and raise over $1 million annually through our various fundraisers. We have tons of events. Completed a poker night last night, have a golf tournament next month.
Very good.
A fall festival in October, and then our annual gala in February. So they can get involved by coming, by volunteering at those events, donating any kind of items. We welcome everything.
And just donating online.
Just plain donating online is wonderful.
So give us that address so people can find you.
It's www.viaservices.org, and we have an easy donate button. We're really looking for scholarships
very good.
For campers that can't afford to go. We do not turn anyone away. That's the most important thing to know about VIA, is that it doesn't matter your medical need, your behavioral need, you will not be turned away, and definitely not based on ability to pay. So if we can raise money for scholarships, it's always helpful.
That should be good news to many parents out there. Thank you so much to both of you for being with us today, and all good fortune to VIA Services. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Mike's deck.